disposition and my wide-eyed gaze. We're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. The autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone, and they're just not here no more. And it might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. Still we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red 'cause you were looking over me. And in my hair, I was there, I remember it all too photo album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin bed. Your mother's telling stories about you on a T-ball team. You tell me about your past and came from your future to me. And I know it's long gone. There's nothing else I can do. I forget about you long enough to forget who I needed. Still we are again in the middle of the night. We dance around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too well. And then we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece. So you tore it all up, unscared. I was there, I remember it all too well. You call me up again, just to bring me like a promise. So casually and cool, in the name of being honest, I was all left a piece of paper lying here. 'Cause I remember it all.
Okay, welcome everyone for our last match of the weekend, which just so happens to also be the second stream of the weekend, unfortunately, but that's how it ended up here, and we're here with the match that's going to decide who our top 3 teams are going to be. We already have, of course, Yuma Fanboys and Noodle Soup guaranteed that top 3 spot, and the winner of this match is going to join them in the podium between Bocchi Soup and Pixel 7. I'm Potassium F commentating alongside SurfJew85 today. How are you going?
Hello, and I'm up in the mountains right now. I just brought my microphone to do commentary for this match. It's been a good one. I just hope that my internet doesn't fail me.
What could go wrong, as they say? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing could go wrong.
Definitely.
Everything will be fine. And we're going to be getting into a pretty interesting match here as well. We obviously see Seed 5 versus Seed 8 here, but as we've seen so many times in the tournaments, the seeds don't really mean a whole lot when all the teams in the middle especially are so close together. Bocchi Soup, actually a very strong kind of like, and you could say pretty well-rounded team overall. They have their hybrid LN and Rice players all performing well throughout pretty much every week so far. And on the side of Pixel 7, they have been excelling, especially in the Rice department, more and more as the tournament progresses. They had some close matches early on in the tournament, but as this tournament has progressed into the later stages, I feel like their physical capability has really started to show. And they have been performing or outperforming most of the teams in this tournament, especially on those Rice picks.
Well, coming into this match, though, there are a few things that we kind of have to take note. Bocchi Soup. I just remember, like, there's 2 soup teams. I'm trying to figure out, like, which one should be the right.
There's 3
Yeah,
soups,
there you go,
actually.
Bocchi Soup. Yeah.
There's
Oh,
three
yeah.
soups. There's not just two. This is Bocchi soup, noodle soup, and
Yeah.
hybrid soup.
Like it was like I knew it was Bocchi soup going into this match, but like I was trying to figure out. Wait. Am I gonna say the right soup?
Yeah.
But Bocchi soup did go into this weekend. Did go into this match. By virtue of a win by default. As you mentioned, even off seed, it was supposed to be a draw by default. Bocchi soup just getting into this match by virtue of a higher seed over opponents, their supposed opponents yesterday.
But I mean, they
yeah.
were the higher seed. I think they have looked very strong regardless, so they may have won either way. But anyway, that does give them a little bit of a weird advantage going into this match because Pixel 7 did have their match yesterday where they won against Hybrid Soup. And in that case, Bocchi Soup actually knows Pixel 7's scores for a lot of these maps. On the other side, though, Pixel 7 gets their own little advantage because I believe that Gaysol, that's the I'm trying to think of the name. Gaysol is not here right now, I believe, is what we are getting word from in the chat earlier, just before the stream started. So Bocchi Soup is missing their strongest player, I would say.
It's kind of an interesting dynamic. Like, yeah, sure, you have knowledge of your opponents, but then you're gonna be in a position where you cannot take advantage of the depth of your entire roster, really. And with a format like this, like having a lacking that anchor of a player definitely puts you in a position where you're gonna have to rely on everyone else to just pull off really, really good scores.
Okay, no, we're also getting word that Pixel 7 also missing a key player as well. Big Noob Lol, which is their C seed player for Pixel 7, is also missing, which I believe means that they're going to have to rely on their other seed player. Oh, okay, I need to remember this. Is it Saita? Was Saita the C seed?
It's listed here on the sheet as Heriza.
No, okay, wait, no, Saita's the B seed. Oh, God,
the B seed,
it's so hard to remember seeds. Everyone's so good. Seeds are just a suggestion, really. But anyway, Heriza is going to have to play for every map instead for Pixel 7. So that gives a kind of avenue of attack for Bocchi Soup. It is going to be kind of like big pressure on both Heriza and Certified Pinoy in this matchup. Certified Pinoy going to have to somehow keep up with Konkawa as much as they can, and Heriza, well, we'll see how that works out.
We kind of missed out on this during the intro of the stream, but you see Bocchi Soup did ban Rice 1. Pixel 7 banning SV2. Let's see the showcase. It's kind of obvious why.
The SVs are hard. But we're going straight into this one right now. We are getting Feral. Now, picked by Pixel 7, actually, here. So, I assume that Pixel 7 is going to be picking based on Heriza mostly, as they are missing Big Noomlaw, who is one of their Rice players.
And I think it's a good strategy to come in. Like, just go for the picks that you're definitely going to be a bit more comfortable going into this match, especially this is the first pick. As you see, Certified Pinoy dropping pretty early into this chart, but like with a team tournament like trades like those, it will be throwing a few spanners in the works.
Yeah, Ufi and Certified Pinoy trading misses there. Certified Pinoy missing a little bit more, but at the same time, they were cleaner misses. These are 99.6 compared to Ufi's 99.38 right now. So accuracy is slightly in favor of Bocchi Soup, and that's keeping the score lead basically at 0, as only those two players have missed so far on the map.
Something to note as well, Konkawa's accuracy basically over everyone here. Heriza finding a drop is a pretty substantial one as well, dropping them like a full 10th going into this pretty wacky, streamy, jacky section.
Yeah, like this map is kind of brutal. So far, still having 3 full combos on it, but 2 of those full combos are on the side of Bocchi Soup. as you mentioned before, I mean, no one is matching Konkawa right now. He is head and shoulders above every single other player in the lobby, but it doesn't matter that much if Bocchi Soup can hold on to their combos, and there's one for Nagato Yuki. Actually,
both of them
Rojin sucks as well. Konkawa is the only one with the full combo left, and that might be enough to secure them a little bit of a lead here.
We're seeing a few misses coming from both sides here. Konkawa finally dropping their full combo. Heriza and Nagato Yuki finally pretty sizable drops as well. Heriza dropping a few more.
What are these trade misses? These are insane. Heriza missing so much as well, though. That drops down to 98.3%, just running out of steam towards the end of this map. And this lead is now going to start growing. But wait, Nagato Yuki not...
Oh, wait a minute.
Not Nagato sending Yuki this back.
Dropping below 99%.
Oh no, what's going on?
Finding a breakdown.
But Ufi
though.
Well.
Nagato Yuki trades it.
Oh no! Wait! Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? It's 1,000 points, but Progean Sucks misses in the end. I think that's gonna do it. Pixel 7, if they just hold on to their combos in this last section here, they should be able to get their own point.
Pinoy finding a drop, and there you go.
Those were some insane trades. What was going on there? It feels like almost no one was missing at the same spots as well. They were kind of taking in turns to find repeated misses.
Interesting to note, Heriza ended up getting the better score over Nagato Yuki.
Yeah, and
which
I guess
is really interesting.
I mean, it's fairly similar as well. You can see that Progean Sucks and Certified Pinot both slightly above Ufi as well, but I mean, Konkawa is making the difference here. Despite those like misses at one point, kind of messed up a little bit, but 987,000 points is well above everyone else in the lobby. And that was enough to give a 10,000 point lead to Pixel 7. Decent first pick. It was their own first pick. So it ended up being a good one. Maybe those hybrids might be what they want to go for next as well. But Bocchi Soup's turn to pick. And I think given the situation, it has to be a target against Heriza specifically. And I feel like from what I remember so far in the tournament, Heriza is definitely more of that hybrid LN player for Pixel 7. Big Nooblol was one of their anchors for these Rise picks. So if Bocchi Soup can hold on to the Rise picks, I think that's definitely what they're going to be wanting to go through.
I presume that they banned Rice one mostly because of the stamina factor. Really, like it's a pretty long pick, and there are definitely some players that do not want to play longer charts in a tournament match setting.
Wait a second, which pick was
picked?
Wait a minute. Wait, Okay, wait. Yeah. In the chat was Ratata and then Rice 2. So the players on Bocchi Soup not really sure which map that they're picking, but I guess it's going to be settled onto Rice 2 and set end to end, which is the faster of like the kind of jump stream-ish type maps. This one a little bit more broken up, so less consistent than that Rice one, which was banned actually.
Yeah,
but I mean, this makes sense as well, because from what I've seen, Progean Sucks on Bocchi Soup also is much more comfortable with the Rice picks than they are with the LNs, so it should benefit Bocchi Soup's stronger players while also kind of targeting Heriza in particular on Pixel 7. So we'll see how this turns out, and this could really dictate how the match is going to go from now on.
But then it's not just those two players leading. The others will still have to do their own part in this chart.
Oh, of course. And by the others, like Konkawa is going to be crushing every map you expect. So big onus on someone from Bocchi Soup to at least try and keep close with Konkawa. You can't let him get too big of a lead, right?
Certified Pinoy will have that job, I presume. No, I don't envy that position at all, though.
Oh yeah, easier said than done. I mean, Konkawa is insane, and fair enough if they can't match. You know, you're not really expecting players to match, just like get close enough, right?
Yeah. Just be well within striking distance and hope that your teammates do make up the difference. Make up the difference in a half, I presume. And there you go. Heriza finding the first drop.
Yeah, good signs early on for Bocchi Soup. They get away with a little bit of an early lead here as well. And actually at the start here, Certified Pinoy is absolutely keeping up with Konkawa, matching the score entirely. So that miss is doing a lot of damage right now.
And this is a pretty short pick as well, so any misses might prove fatal for any of these teams. And there you go, Eriza finding yet another one. Progensux does manage to trade.
Oh,
So
and
it's not
Nagatoyuki.
Ooh, that's big. That's
That's
actually pretty
two
sizable.
misses. No, three
And there you
misses.
go, another drop.
All
No
three
more full
players
combos.
on Bocchi Soup all find the drop. There's still 2 full combos on Konkawa and Ufi on the side of Pixel 7.
That section was pretty tricky as well, with the amount of split jump drilling in this chart, in this jump stream chart.
Oh my god, but what is this
that's
swing? Hariza drops so much in that moment, and this is swinging back and forth again. Oh my god. 6,000 points now in the lead as Hariza drops below 98%. Accuracy is what's giving Bocchi Soup the lead. No, never mind.
Yeah,
misses.
two big misses from Nagatoyuki and Progensux.
Wait.
He's finding a drop. Wait, what are these
going
swings?
on? What's going on? Okay, now Bocchi Soup just collapses in the. Wow, how is this happening? I've never seen scored bars do this. How did 5 seconds ago we had Bocchi Soup in the lead, and now it's a 50k score gap. I don't understand what just happened, but that was wild. Also, hi Konkawa.
Yeah, hi.
Everyone is falling apart except for Konkawa, who is just chilling. This is a almost 996k score. Ufi as well with the full combo. But it's crazy that it was just all 3 players on Bocchi Soup trading misses with just Hariza.
That was crazy, and not gonna lie, stuff like those are usually like the things that I find really hard to make a call on in the booth. Like, you just don't know who to focus on.
Yeah, like when
or what
we have
to focus on.
so many misses happening, the score bar is just swinging wildly. And it ends up being a breakpoint, actually. So Pixel 7 and picks up their own, or their opponent's pick, rather. And they have the clear lead right now in the match. It's up to Bocchi Soup to kind of win one back. But, you know, as we even saw on the first hybrid, it's not like Pixel 7 has any, like, super good picks themselves. I feel like all of these maps might start being very back and forth.
Hybrid 2 now. Honestly, I think, well, at least on what I observed, like, for Bocchi Soup, their main concern really is being able to consistently maintain their combos. Because accuracy-wise, they're capable of keeping up with Pixel 7 overall. I mean, Konkawa is Konkawa. No question. I think no one's gonna question that. But relative to the entire team, Bocchi Soup has the capability of keeping up accuracy-wise. It's more of their BNC seed players. They need that level of consistency as well to at least cover for the scenario that let's say Hariza or Ufi finds a massive meltdown somewhere in the chart.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of happened in that last map, right? Like, Hariza was sitting on like 98% flat after kind of struggling all through the first half, but the lead was still neutral just because of the misses that were repeatedly happening from Progensux and Nagatoyuki, despite them having the higher accuracy. So definitely something that they're going to have to try and mitigate as much as they can. Just focus a little bit more on that combo game rather than the accuracy, because the accuracy should be balanced out between the two teams as long as Konkawa doesn't go too mental.
Right, so now we're gonna be beginning our third pick of the entire match. Just waiting for the client to fully sync up everyone.
And actually, it's Ufi to find the early miss here. And Hariza actually following it up. Hariza's actually off to a really not so great accuracy start due to these kind of LN patterns. So 98% there. That's giving a big accuracy lead over to Bocchi Soup as well, and finding another miss for Hariza.
The amount of bursty patterns in this chart is really rough on the hands. Especially if you're not that proficient just yet on stuff like this. Like the grace notes, like the irregular releases, irregular holds, they're gonna be a big problem. Unless like you're that one player who really trains on the skill set, which is kind of expected really for players in of higher caliber. As we see Certified Pinoy finally missing in this chart, but there's still 2 more full combos left on their side.
It's a very clean miss as well, and it's 30,000 points in the lead, so single misses are not going to be doing enough. They just need to avoid not melting down. And actually, Konkawe finding a miss, which is at a very weird moment as well. It seemed like Ufi finding a miss as well. There is 0 full combos right now on the side of Pixel 7.
Yeah, they do have one sizable combo though, and they would probably hope that it stays that way and let Ufi and Konkawe manage to build up a bit more. But we're kind of getting to the point in the chart where you're gonna have to start hoping that Project Sucks or Nyagato Yuki, maybe Certified Pinoy as well, start kicking off a series of misses. There's one, but you said single misses won't be affecting their score. Oh no!
Oh, hang on. As long as they don't repeat that a couple more times, they should be fine. Ufi does trade one of them back a couple times, so his lead is still very comfortable. And now we're into this bit of a calmer outro. So this one actually looking like it is going to be a breakpoint back immediately, responded by Bocchi Soup. So we're going to be tying things up in the breakpoint department at the very least.
Well, the drops from both Project Sucks and Nyagato Yuki were kind of scary. Like this gave us a...
Oh my god, look at the 3 scores from Bocchi Soup. They're exactly the same. They are so close.
Oh wow,
they're really all within 1,000 points of each other.
Really consistent.
That's a team score right there. And I'm kind of thinking now, I mean, looking at this, it definitely seems like Ufi in particular is a less kind of confident on these more LN focused patterns compared to the Rise patterns that we saw. Obviously, that Rise to Ufi being able to get the FC was a big reason why Pixel 7 were able to win it. So I feel like Pixel 7, I feel like Bocchi Soup might even want to consider maybe one of these LN maps if they could play it, but it looks like they're not interested in that idea. They're going straight for Zenithalize. This is the Jack pick, which is a really risky pick, I would think.
Well, if, as I said, like consistency is going to be the main factor in this matchup, and core Jack picks, like if you need like an example of pure consistency, it's this one.
Yeah, how to sum up just core Jack picks in general, it's just don't miss. That's it. If you miss more than your opponent, you will lose because the accuracy is not going to be as big of a factor. The only thing, that I'm not really sure about is because looking at so far in the match, it has been Konkawe being the most consistent person in the lobby. Everyone else, all other 5 players have been finding misses here and there. So if Konkawe is the only one to hold a full combo or get close to it again, then that's going to be hard for Bocchi Soup to overcome that. That said, pretty not ideal start for Hariza dropping below 99%. That gives a few thousand points over to Bocchi Soup. But now we're getting into the real Jacks now.
And there you go, Certified Pinoy finding a drop, and that should cover for the rough start that Hariza had. But we're still really close.
Yeah, the density is picking up now as well, and any misses now could definitely swing the match one way or another. And it's just going to get worse as well. The stamina is going to be a big component as well. We can see, maybe if we see some accuracies dropping here, Nagato Yuki does find the miss after a bit of a 200 patch there, and that's a big drop as well. Hariza trades it, but Nagato Yuki is really struggling at this point to recover.
Yeah, that was like a 2% drop in accuracy within a span of like 15 seconds.
Yeah, just got lost in the patterning, and that's really easy to do sometimes in these kind of maps. And down to 97.3. It's still kind of within striking distance of Hariza, holding the 97.8. So it's not impossible to come back from this, but it's looking very difficult situation right now for Bocchi Soup. Pixel 7 are in a fairly comfortable lead at the moment as long as they hold on to their full combos.
There you go. Another drop from Nagato Yuki. Protein Sucks also finding the first drop of the entire chart. No more full combos left for Bocchi Soup. And Riza is starting to trade one of those misses, but they're doing just enough, really.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Hariza and... I mean, Nagato Yuki has to destroy Hariza in this map to make up for the difference right now from Konkawa and Ufi, who are just destroying it. Both with the full combos. Never mind. One of them with the full combos. But it doesn't matter because this is just a clean win over... What? No full combos. How did Ufi miss the last node?
Also, look at the 200 counts for both Ufi and Konkawa. Only 3 200s. The ratio mainly being the difference between those two players.
I mean, Certified Pinoy had a really good score themselves as well, so definitely keeping up with the other two, but it's just, I mean, obviously in hindsight you can say this, but I didn't really feel very good about this pick in the first place. It does seem like, you know, now that I'm looking at these scores, I mean, yes, Hariza is kind of uncomfortable with some of these Rice maps for sure. Konkawa and Ufi are very comfortable with the Rice maps. And I think that's a scary prospect, because now we can see, look, Pixel 7 looking at these scores themselves and they're saying, okay, why don't we pick Rice now, because it's going pretty well for us. This one, of course, being a lot more technical, so a lot more opportunity to miss, which, honestly, as far as I see it, that favors Pixel 7. Okay, let's see, because now 3-1 up. We've had 3 breakpoints in a row. Let's see if this one can become a 4th breakpoint in a row. Bocchi Soup going to have to hold the combo together as much as they can. Very early miss there for Nagato Yuki, but shouldn't matter too much. It's within the first 20 or so notes. Not going to affect the score that much, but enough to give a 1,000 point lead over to Pixel 7 early on. $970 points. Early into the map though, plenty of map left. This is a 3-minute long song. Oh no, that is going to be very unfortunate. What was the we will have to have a ref decision. I was not paying attention to how long in the map that was. I think it looked like about 1/5 of the way into the map to me, but that would be, I believe, I can't do the maths that quickly. I think that was after the 30-second mark, if I'm not mistaken. But Certified Pinoy finding a miss there. Still 3 full combos on the side of Pixel 7.
Okay, so we're... Hello. Finally
Hello.
got back, and I see one person missing this time around.
Yeah, well, missing as in just not there. We did have one person also finding a miss, but yes, Progen Sucks looks like they are... they did disconnect after that 30-second mark. So unfortunately, this is going to be a Pixel 7 guaranteed win, assuming that ProGen doesn't have their own like single player score. Sometimes the case.
Yeah, there are definitely lots of scenarios that has happened like this over the past few years. I think at this point, like a player disconnecting and we have to verify it by their single player score.
It kind of depends on why or how the disconnection happens. If it's because of like a game crash, then there's really nothing you can do about it. It's just over. But sometimes it's just like the internet for the player just acting up a little bit, but they still end up like finishing the whole map themselves in their local scores. So they see like the multiplayer end screen on their end, and in which case that would be fine. Hariz does find the first miss actually for Pixel 7, so Pixel 7 has been performing exceptionally well so far this map. It does feel that even with ProGen Sucks, even if they were here, this looks like a kind of terrifying team score actually with Konkawa and Ufi. Konkawa is going absolutely mental at the moment, 99.91, and looking to secure that full combo is 997. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Score V1 double S. Oh.
All right. Like, okay, so for Bocchi Soup to even win this, should ProGen Sucks have a score?
ProGen Sucks needed to get 981,545. That is the difference. But I mean, look, that would be possible. I don't know, but it depends on what the situation is. I think it's fair to assume, given how sudden it looked like they left the lobby, that it was probably kind of like a crash.
Well, we're gonna wait for confirmation from the staff in charge for this match.
We will wait. Either way, though, it's looking Pixel 7 is very, very strong in the Rise picks, right? No matter what.
Yeah.
So I would definitely like to, since it's Bocchi Soup's pick coming up soon, I would like to see them pick something different. We do have one hybrid left. The hybrid were looking very good for Bocchi Soup despite losing it. The LNs, I think, might be an idea to go for, depending on how confident they are themselves.
I mean, SV1 is right there.
The SV... here's the thing, though.
If they want to touch it.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like any team that doesn't instant pick an SV map, that kind of is an instant, like, tell that they maybe haven't fully practiced it. So I think there's a good chance that neither team is, like, super practiced on SV1.
I mean, there's sometimes where you just have to just throw yourself in the deep end and just hope.
Oh, okay, so ProGen Sucks did actually finish the map, but it was 3,000 points less than what was required to win. So Pixel 7 is going to win the point regardless. But, okay, at the very least it didn't end up being a disconnect, but it was a very, very close map in the end. It was 3,000 points difference between the two teams. Pixel 7 winning, so they will be up 4-1 now. Bocchi Soup down by 3 points. They're going to need to win a couple in a row you would want here, and it looks like now they're deciding to go with the LNs, which I think is probably a good idea at this point. The Rice has just not been working out for them.
At least a different angle of attack should at least put Pixel 7 on their toes again. Yeah, now just going back to the previous pick, like ProGen Sucks score with the made Bocchi Soup's team score overall is still really scary. Like that's a really consistent form from the three players.
Yeah, absolutely. That one could have definitely been won by Bocchi Soup, but just missing a little bit more once again. There was only the one miss from Pixel 7 in that entire map, which is kind of hard to beat regardless, but they have picked already. It's going to be LN2 or LN3? What's happening?
I think it's going to be LN2 because it's a team captain that the current team captain. I mean, Hazel is Bocchi Soup's team captain, but I presume the Certified Pinoy will be taking the reins for
The
this match in particular.
This is the second time that Bocchi Soup has picked two maps at the same time.
I think at this point we're just gonna have to look at the Certified Pinoy to make the call here.
I think Nyagato Yuki is more picking what they want to play, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like that is the case. The captain is the one that gets to pick.
Oh wait. I hope that we don't get any further confusion here. Though I guess let's go to let's try to see like the logic. Going if they were gonna do LN3, I wouldn't be sure if it would be a good call though, since I'd say if you're gonna go for like going to switch up your strategy, you're gonna go for the more straightforward.
Yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. I do think as well, looking back, I would be maybe concerned for just kind of thinking about how previous. I think Bocchi Soup's B and C seeds, Progen Sucks, and Yagato Yuki do potentially struggle on some of the LN maps, but I do know that they have they had some really good scores on LN2 last week.
Yeah,
so this is definitely a probably good avenue of attack for them. Yeah.
Yeah, they should at least favor their position. Unlike like, if they were going for LN3, I don't think it would be a good opener for a strategy change, just because of how wacky that entire chart is.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely something that you can throw as a curveball further down the line, though. But now it is going to be the more straightforward jump stream. That said, it is pretty hard at 210 BPM and at high density. Ufi is going to be finding the first miss of all 6 players. Fairly clean miss, though, still maintaining 99.4. Only 2,000 points for Bocchi Soup in the lead there, and it's going to be reduced down now that Certified Pinoy also finds the miss.
Certified Pinoy has a better accuracy though, but there goes Nyagato Yuki finding a drop. Heriza following it up with a trade.
Oh no,
but
not again.
Though,
not another one of these maps.
Yeah. Overall though, Pixel 7 does seem to maintain a slight advantage. They're actually getting higher score, getting a higher advantage as the chart goes on. But anything could happen this match in particular. Heriza finding yet another drop. The score advantage is slowly shrinking and going to Bocchi Soup's favor.
Look, we just saw a 50k point lead being built in like 5 seconds. So
yeah,
you're looking at this and you say 4,000, 1,000 points. This is a 0-point difference. Anything could happen, absolutely. And right now, it looks like the accuracy lead is really in the balance a little bit. Bocchi Soup maybe slightly ahead as far as the accuracy is concerned. Konkawa is beating Certified Pinoy, but everyone is beating Heriza right now, and that might be enough to kind of balance it out a little bit. Both teams have found a fairly similar number of misses, to be honest. But that's going to be actually an extra one there just before a little bit of a break section from Ufi, which gives a small lead over to Bocchi Soup. But these dense sections are going to be the real killers. If anyone messes up or gets lost in these trills, these really dense streams, they're going to tank score so fast. We're already into the last section now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is where Bocchi Soup has finally started to show some consistency. Definitely a form that they will want going into the next few charts. But Nyagato Yuki finding a pretty. Actually, that was a pretty clean miss, relatively speaking.
Yeah, it was a trade with Heriza pretty much, but they can't afford any more of those. Look at this score lead now. It's flickering back, and we're at the very end of the map. There's only a few seconds left, actually. 1,000 points in the favor of Pixel 7, but Ufi finds a miss. And as long as Bocchi Soup hold on to this combo, they might be able to get it by 1,900 points.
Yeah, that late miss from Ufi, I think, spelled the difference between a a 1-5 or a 2-4.
Oh my god, look at how
Yeah.
close just all of these scores are. No one is really that far behind anyone else. But,
Also,
I mean,
say hi
Konkawe,
to
shout out.
Konkawe.
Yeah, shout out to Konkawe and
Yeah.
ProGN Sucks, actually. Both of those two players getting the full combos. And those were absolutely critical for both teams as well. But Bocchi Soup now on the board. The LN pick has worked out for them.
At least stop the bleeding and try to at least stop the bleeding for now. But then they're gonna be in a position where they will have to steal a breakpoint off Pixel 7.
Which means they're going to have to win a Rice pick at some point, because I can imagine that Pixel 7 might want to just pick out the Rice with how things have been going so far. And if I was them, I would probably go for Rice 3 if I was them, but they're going for Rice 5 instead. I think both should end up being a fairly decent pick, but the previous pick that we saw, you know, the Rice 7 was very, very close in the end, despite the near triple FC from Pixel 7. So Bocchi Soup can definitely hang in there.
Alright, so for this pick, hard to see. I'd say like I did mention that chord jacks are like the epitome of a consistency pick. In a way, like technical, like super technical charts is kind of a consistency pick as well in a very twisted way.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. There's no real definitive way you can categorize tech because it is obviously so different map to map, but I guess both chord jack and tech in a way is going to come down a little bit to the misses. But it's like chord jack is everyone has high axe, so the misses matter a lot. Tech is going to be like everyone has low axe, so the misses matter a lot.
Yeah, a very twisted consistency pick.
Yeah, I mean, that said, if you do get high AC, not looking at anyone in particular, Konkawe, then you can actually carry tech picks quite a lot, and that's definitely a potential in something like this as well, because I expect Konkawa to kind of crush the accuracy side of things compared to everyone else in the lobby, and that might be enough to give them just a little bit of an AC advantage by default. We're actually seeing that early on. No one finding the misses yet, except for Hariza, but Pixel 7 with a definite accuracy lead early on.
Yeah, it's a pretty sizable drop as well from Hariza, dropping to below. Actually, continuing to drop to below mid 98%. Everyone Bocchi Soup above 99%, and Certified Pinoy actually, like, while behind Konkawa is, like, they're keeping up a certain advantage really relative to the other two players in Pixel 7 side. Though, a point of concern really here is if Rojan Sucks or Nagatayuki are able to maintain the consistency to at least cover for any insurgents by both Hariza and Ufi.
Yeah, we see two trades happen. Hariza, Progen, Sucks, Ufi, and Certified Pino, all fighting the misses. But the reason why this lead is not going to be shrinking at all, well, first of all, Ufi finds another miss, but also everyone is finding really clean misses except for Hariza. Hariza has tanked all the way down to 97.5, really struggling to maintain that accuracy alongside the combo. And that's really grown this lead now, 45,000 points in the lead right now. And we're already towards the end of the map.
Nagatayuki actually being the most consistent. Like, in terms of consistency, Nagatayuki, I think this is their best performance this entire match.
Yeah, CC'd, by the way, as well. Managing to come out with a potential FC as we're getting into the last seconds here. Yes, it will be. Alongside Konkawe, of course, finding the FC himself. But that is going to be another really solid break point, actually, for Bocchi Soup. And they're right back into it. This is pretty much a tied game now, as they have their own pick next, which is a prime opportunity for them to close the gap and make it 4-4. But yeah, the combo advantage right there for Bocchi Soup. We can see this is kind of the first time in the whole match where Bocchi Soup has had the combo advantage in a map, and we can see how much that affects the outcome.
I'd say, like, at this point, like, Heriza needs to step up their game. Because I feel like Bocchi Soup is starting to find their footing into the... Is he starting to find their footing into this match?
Yeah, momentum definitely looking strong on their side, and now I wonder if now's the time to pick LN3. It very well might be. Maybe if they're feeling the density again. Okay, no, actually LN2 was not a safe pick.
Yeah.
Okay, they are picking LN4. I was gonna say, if you want to go for more LN density style maps in a way, LN4 is still up there.
LN4,
but
yeah.
it was close on Rainbow Girl. It was definitely close.
I don't... Like, I was about to mention, like, maybe... I still don't think that LN3 is the right call in this situation. I'd say, like, LN1, LN3 are only good calls really when you're in the lead and you could afford dropping a point.
Yeah, it's gonna be... It's kind of tough for both of these teams, I feel like, because I don't think either of these teams have 3 players that are really super comfortable with coordination for LN1. So yeah, it's going to be a situation where you're not really confident that you'll do well. They probably suspect that the other team is not going to be that good either, but it's kind of flipping a coin at that point. Kind of like the SV situation that's happening right now, where both teams are just not picking the SV because they don't know how good the other team is on it, pretty much.
I mean, that does make the SV picks a fun watch, though. Like, the uncertainty. So the uncertainty definitely going to be something interesting to see. Should it get picked, though?
It would actually be hilarious to see 6 sight reads. I want to see that in a tournament at one point. Like 6 players sight reading an SV pick. That would be really funny. But anyway, we are into this next match. LN4 coming out. This one is a fairly long pick as well, with a lot of potential for actually big mess ups, as these streams are fast.
Yakatayuki behind both Certified Pinoy and Progen Sucks by 0.3%, but the consistency overall for Bocchi Soup is making a difference between these two teams, and they're starting to climb up. They're starting to claw in more of that advantage.
Yeah, it is just Konkawa versus the world right now. All 3 players of Bocchi Soup beating the other 2 players on Pixel 7. But Konkawa is still ahead of everyone. 99.76 that is right now. Still holding on to the accuracy. And I don't want to say too much, but we have 6 full combos still. Getting to the halfway point in the match, it's going to be up to who really messes up first.
An interesting thing to point out maybe is actually Ufi's accuracy has been slowly dropping throughout the past 15-20 seconds, which might be a point of concern really, because I think that's a reason why they've been leaking more score towards Bocchi Soup's side of the screen here.
But I guess more importantly is that he's still keeping the full combo, and that's kind of the most important part. Yeah, the score lead is widening in favor of Bocchi Soup, but it's not out of control yet. This could definitely flick back. The only thing is, why is no one missing? Why do we still have 6 full combos?
It would be cool though to see 6 full combos, but there you go. There's one of them dropping, Heriza. And Certified Pinoy manages to trade, but for some reason though, Bocchi Soup's lead is still stretching.
Yeah, Heriza dropped a little bit of accuracy down there, now matching Ufi's accuracy. But still above the 99%, so the ACK for Pixel 7 is not bad at all. It's just that the 3 on Bocchi Soup, why they're so close together again in terms of the accuracy, 99.4 to 99.5 for all 3 of these players. And at 2 full combos for each team, we're already kind of into this little bit of a outro kind of section.
Yeah, and what good form both the B and C seed players from Bocchi Soup have been showing.
See the coordination here. It looks like
finding a drop.
Yeah, Ufi not very comfortable with this coordination towards the end. It kind of just throws it at you. Bit of a jump scare at the end of the map. And those few misses, that means it's definitely going to be in favor of Bocchi Soup. That's 2 full combos.
And it's from the B and C seed players for Bocchi Soup. Really, really showing some consistency.
I mean, obviously, Konkawa also getting the full combo as well. Almost 990k for Konkawa, but all 3 of these players on Bocchi Soup, again, they're getting the same score on these maps. 982, 983, 984.
Really, really good scores now.
They're just looking so much more comfortable on these LN picks. It kind of makes you wonder, like, why weren't they picking this earlier?
I mean, I presume like maybe when Pixel 7 opened the match with a hybrid, they were probably concerned that maybe LNs might not be the way to go.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point as well. I mean, it's kind of hard to also put an exact kind of really pin the weaknesses and strengths of the opponent when they're missing their players as well.
Yeah.
When there are players missing, you're like, okay, how does this really affect? And I honestly, I was actually saying at the start as well that Bocchi Soup would be picking the Rice, so kind of my bad as well. I misread the situation a little bit.
I mean, it happens to the best of us, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when everyone is this good. But it looks like now we are going to be Pixel 7 picking into their Rice once again. I think this one is going to be a strong one for them. This is the speed pick.
Like, okay, just a small anecdote really when I first saw the pools. Like, wait, TFC Rice. All right, this is 4K.
Yeah.
long vocals equals a dump.
I just know TFC in 7K basically from the 7K MWC Grand Finals with Entoza playing.
Yeah. Also, Young Laya John managing to find the FC on the 7K chart, like ridiculous.
Yeah, this one, of course, a very different map, a completely different. You could not make this more different than that 7K map. And here we go. We're already getting into these streams very fast, and they're also really they last a long time.
Yeah, that's the thing really with a lot of these. I mean, at this point, like you wouldn't really consider them like just a pure like speedy pattern. Like this is a full-on dump stream.
Yeah, sustained one at that, and we can see actually Nagato Yuki actually being the first one to find a miss. It's a fairly messy one as well, down to 99.3, but it's only 5,000 points for Pixel 7 in the lead right now.
And now we're I think like the player we've been observing really the most here for Pixel 7 is actually Hirisa here, and they've really been showing more comfort with these super streamy fast Rice picks.
Yeah, I mean,
which is just a really good sign.
We're seeing another kind of yeah, it is definitely a really good sign for Pixel 7. And same as Rice 2, which is happening right now. Certified Pino and Nagato Yuki both finding the misses. They missed a couple times now. Accuracy leader actually over to the side of Pixel 7, as well as the 3 full combos that they have.
Now going into the final quarter of the chart where the streams just gonna get a bit more denser. And there you go, Certified Pinoy finding 2 consecutive drops. Nagato Yuki struggling to maintain their combo as well. What a phenomenal performance here from Pixel 7. We might be seeing a 3-way FC from their side.
Yeah,
they're on their way to it.
They're gone for Bocchi Soup. This is a definite win. Oh, just get through the outro. It's got three full combos. Good. I can't believe you have 3 full combos on a finals pick like this as well. Konkawa, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, dude. Not an SS, you suck. Nah, never mind. Just kidding. 1-200. That ratio is crazy as well for a speed map.
Konkawa, a good player. Definitely one of the players of all time.
one of the scariest players in this whole tournament for sure, and showing exactly how well that like his ability is scaling into the late game as well. As now we're into this, and now Pixel 7 regaining the lead after it got tied up earlier. It's now up to Bocchi Soup to hit back, but the good thing, I guess, for Bocchi Soup is that might have been like the last really good pick for Pixel 7. I feel like what they've had the most success on is definitely the more straightforward physical picks, right? Which we've already seen, end-to-end, Zenithalize, TFC. Those are the three that I think Pixel 7 are the best at after kind of looking at these scores. But now, okay, we are getting LN1 coming in here, and I think this is going to be a pretty good pick, given what we saw kind of at the end of Raventail's Curse before.
Well, I did mention like this would be a really good pick if you're in the lead. But now at this point, like you're kind of trapped in the position where you only have like two of the wackiest LN picks in the pool. You have a hybrid pick. And of course, there's the one that we might be seeing a 6-way sight read on.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of not very comfortable players on this one, because this is tough.
Also, man, J-Cho and slow.
Yeah, speaking of 7K.
Yeah.
Right after TFC.
Like just heavy LN control charts. J-Cho's music really fits the stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not used to seeing a 5.7 star rating for this though. The J-Chow maps in 7K more like what, 3 to 4 star?
Mid threes, yeah. Mid threes, but they're secretly like what stuff that only ET. Yeah.
The good old Avril 14th effect.
I mean, does 4K even have like an Avril 14th adjacent chart? I think like the only thing I could remember was like a Silver Temple from way back in Soft 2.
I mean, even that it's not that hard compared to something like Avril. It's more just like coordination in 4Key kind of has its limits that you can make, with a low key count. Yeah. 7-key coordination gets crazy. There's just your fingers can't move in that way sometimes, or it feels like fair. It.
But at least like if you're gonna put it like some adjacency yeah, sure, the key counts do matter in a way, like the way it's charted, but in terms of like just being an annoyance to play, generally, I think a Silver Temple would be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like Ufi, very early miss for Ufi there. Dropping down below 99% as well, actually struggling in the act department also. But only a small lead, and that lead is going to disappear now with Nagato Yuki finding a miss. First miss for Bocchi Soup there.
Actually, an interesting thing that I probably would have observed here. Again, we're looking at Harisa here. I'd say this chart is the most similar to Hybrid 1 in some twisted manner. And Harisa was pretty comfortable with Hybrid 1, like way back at the beginning of this match.
Yeah, I mean, for Pixel 7 right now, it's combo gaming for them. They just need to hold on to the combos, and if they do, they are in with a shot with this one. Bocchi Soup gonna have to try to hold on as best they can. They have some good accuracies on actually all 6 players currently. It's just the misses that have come out from Bocchi Soup, and one more added to the count as well. Nagato Yuki and Progean Sucks both finding a couple of misses each.
But the overall their accuracy is still better on average compared to Pixel 7's overall ACK this entire chart.
It's hard to measure, actually. I mean, there goes the last full combo, actually, for Bocchi Soup, but Ufi does trade it. But it's really hard to measure this accuracy because Konkawa is just so far ahead of everyone. 99.8, and the second highest is 99.35 on Certified Pinoy.
Well, I'd say maybe Pixel 7 now has better accuracy overall here. Except for the pretty sizable drop from Ufi, like almost an entire 10th, and that gives Bocchi Soup the advantage that they sorely need.
Yeah, and Hariza actually going to be dropping that full combo as well. So now it's only Konkawa on the full combo, but that's not looking like to be enough because Bocchi Soup has all three of their players on the same accuracy. Nagato Yuki does find a miss to trade back, but it looks like it's still going to end up settling in Bocchi Soup's favor.
Yeah, like I'd say it's definitely scary to face a team whose overall team consistency is just so good. Nagato Yuki finding a drop though in the final sequence, Progen sucks.
Oh no!
Oh, no, what?
How did
That's
they
a-
do this? No!
No.
What was? Oh,
Oh,
that's
man.
such. You hate to see it happen at the last note, the last pattern of the map. The unfortunate misses coming from Bocchi Soup, and it gets stolen by Pixel 7 at the very last moment. Konkawa absolutely crushing once again 993k.
Oh, that's unfortunate. They like if it weren't for that miss, this would have been tied up.
It was looking like Bocchi Soup's pick. It was
Yeah.
looking like they had it. They just needed to hold on to the combos, but that was a little bit too much to ask for with some of those patterns at the end. And Pixel 7 now on to match point. They are on the edge of being able to make top 3 as long as they win one more pick. And they are going to go with the last Rise pick left over. Bocchi Soup, they're going to have to win 2 in a row now, which, look, it's very possible. It is really possible for them to do it. But it's also going to be hard.
And here comes the scenario you mentioned. Bocchi Soup will have to grab a breakpoint off a Rice pick.
I mean, they already did.
They already did. Yeah.
They did the hard work. They just couldn't win their own pick, unfortunately, at the very end.
You have to do it again then.
Hey, look, all I'll say is that Nagato Yuki wanted to pick this at the very start of the match.
Oh man.
So at the very least, I'm thinking maybe Nagato Yuki is pretty confident. That's my copium.
I hope they are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it could definitely go in Bocchi Soup's favor. Like I've been saying this so much, but it has been the misses. It's always been the misses. Every single map, this whole match has felt like it's just been decided by individual misses that's happened from individual players. So the combo game is so important, especially when this is one of the shortest Rice picks that we have in the whole pool. It's 2 minutes long flat.
Well, 2 minutes, that will determine if this match gets extended by one more chart or we're gonna be seeing Pixel 7 next weekend as part of the top 3.
Yeah, we'll see. Bocchi Soup praying for a tiebreaker.
They will definitely need something special though. Again, as you mentioned, they did grab a breakpoint off a Rice pick just a few charts ago. Now they have to do it again.
And let's see. Extremely important map for both of this is going to be Pixel 7's best opportunity if they want to seal the match immediately. But Bocchi Soup, of course, they have to win this if they want to stay in the tournament. And it's looking good right now. Bocchi Soup off to a little bit of an accuracy lead based off Hariza struggling a little bit more than the other players. But that accuracy is not going to matter that much. It's going to be the misses, and Ufi finds the first miss for Pixel 7.
Really good sign here from Bocchi Soup, but Projin Sucks manages to trade it. It's a pretty sizable drop from their end, so that's the score advantage dropping to just above 10,000 points. But overall accuracy wise, so they still have the better one.
Yeah, accuracy is very far in Bocchi Soup's favor, actually. Hariza is really struggling, down 98.5 now. Oh, that was a messy burst from them, and finding a miss as well. And really importantly as well is that Certified Pinoy is keeping up with Konkawa. Konkawa is not getting one of those... Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
But
Well,
Konkawa is not getting super far ahead in the accuracy department at the very least. So that's helping out Bocchi Soup a lot.
And you mentioned Nagato Yuki really wanted to play this pick at the very beginning. And you're already seeing they're the only full combo left, aside
Oh
from.
my god, we gotta stop talking.
Oh,
We gotta stop talking, please.
you just heard my tone drop.
Okay, Certified Pino and Hariz are both trading misses. This is only 4,000 points now. This actually might swing back over, especially if
Ooh.
Nagaduyuki finds a miss. But it's
Hariz a
traded. It's traded. It's only 2,000 points now.
There's still like what 30, like less than 30 seconds remaining. Nagatuyuki finding a miss. Hariz trades it.
Oh my
boy,
god.
this is not yet done.
Stop missing. Stop trading. Can we just have some combo
Oh,
for a minute?
no.
No.
Oh no.
There's another miss. That's the end of the map. It's going to be 2,000, 3,000 points again. And Pixel 7 secures the victory. I can't believe so many maps ended up like that. What is going on with there? And what is going on with the double S from Konkawa as well?
Well, that's definitely a way to book yourself in the grand finals of a tournament right there. I mean, grand finals weekend.
This is crazy. This is crazy. All of how this match has kind of progressed. Is Bocchi Soup having 3 players that all have solid scores between them, all having similarly high scores, but Pixel 7 the opposite. It's just Konkawa getting ridiculous scores. And it's going to be Pixel 7. They have locked in top 3. They are going to be moving on to the grand finals week next week, where they will be facing Noodle Soup. They're going to be facing all 3 soups in a row.
Yeah, what a way to... They're going to be drinking a lot of soup.
Yeah, and Bocchi Soup is knocked out now. They will not be progressing to top 3. And here we have it. We've got our grand finals matchups. We've got Pixel 7 versus Noodle Soup in the losers grand finals. And the winner of that match is going to be facing up against Yuma Fanboys.
We have a pretty stacked weekend next week. But what a match did we just witness? Like, it's not a match where you're gonna be excited because like we're seeing like really good scores from every single side. You're gonna be excited mostly because of like the amount of heart attack that entire match would give you.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we get more matches like we just saw, and it's unfortunate we didn't end up seeing the tiebreaker. I feel like that match deserved the tiebreaker, but it's the way that happens sometimes. The split-second mistake costs everything in the match, and now congratulations to Pixel 7, obviously. Congratulations to the top 3 teams that we're going to be seeing next week. And until then, we're going to be signing off. Make sure you pay attention because I believe we are going to be having a map pool showcase again tomorrow.
Yeah, and again, what a way to close out this weekend. It'll be exciting to see how everyone will be performing come next weekend.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing some players die, that's for sure. I haven't seen the pools yet, but that's what I'm assuming. So until then, see you next time.